Hi, Ed. So can you please pronounce your name correctly for me?
Edgardo Diaz.
And
Segundo, the second.
okay. And do I have your permission to video for Our Lady of the Lake University, our documentary assignment?
Certainly.
So let's start with, you said your father's from Honduras, and he was one of the
Correct.
first Latinos in the Thibodaux Chac Bay community.
Thibodaux area, yes, he was. My dad came in the early 60s, late 50s. Came to school here. Met my mom, fell in love with the Cajun lady. Got married. Started a company with several guys from this area.
Were they Latino or?
A few of them were. My dad was basically the number one. That was the no. At first, my dad was the only Latino, and it was a bunch of Cajun guys, farmers, and they actually started a company called Camco Industries, which is Kane Machinery Engineering Company, and there was about 12 of them, and they actually founded the world's largest manufacturer of sugarcane equipment in the world. In fact, Camco Industries is known to have single-handedly mechanized the entire world as far as sugarcane equipment, mobile hydraulic units. They've turned most all the mills in the world to billet cane, from whole stalk cane to billet cane.
Did he hire a lot of Latinos? Was he?
Plenty, but a lot of Cajuns down here too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you work at you own a construction business,
Yeah,
correct?
I own the Colonel's Windows and Home Improvements.
Now tell me a little bit about, you said that you hired Latinos, you tried to, and you give them, you mentioned that your wages were higher than other construction?
Yeah, generally, really I pay you for what you know.
Yeah.
I don't pay you for who you are, I pay you for what you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter who you are, it matters what you can do. And
Right.
if you're the best bricklayer, you're gonna get paid like the best bricklayer. If you're the worst bricklayer, I probably won't hire you. But I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much pay you for what you know.
But you
not
said some
who you are.
companies don't
Oh,
pay
in this
the,
area, yeah, and this, well, pretty much all over. You know, you kind of run into that, especially with some of the guys that I hire. You know, I've, for instance, when I first started, for instance, just let's take roofing. You know, when I try to hire some guys for roofing, and you know, I ask them. I always like to ask somebody what they think they're worth. You know, or you know, what do you want? And a lot of times when they give me the price, I'm kind of taken back. I'm like, man, that's really cheap. You know, I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah.
is it so cheap because you're not good, or is it because that's what you just used to get
do you
paid?
find discrimination in wages with Latinos here?
By some people.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it could. It's not as bad as it probably was at one time. But I got a feeling it might start getting bad again. Because there's such an influx coming here. There's so many of them more. Now they're fighting between each other to get the jobs. Before, they wouldn't have to fight with each other to get the jobs. Before, you know,
Yeah.
they did the kind of the work that, you know, the people here
Right.
didn't want to do. You know, but now they're starting to, you know, hey, look, I'll be cheaper than him and I'm better than him. You know, so they're actually
Right.
kind of cutting their own throats. You know,
Yeah.
which is horrible. But I mean,
Yeah. And you said you've spoken to some of your workers about the plight that they had to go through to get
oh
here.
yeah, it's unbelievable. One thing about the benefit that I have over a lot of the other contractors in the area is that I've been to 27 different countries. I've been all throughout. I've been to every country in South and Central America, throughout Latin America, Central America, South America,
Yeah.
Venezuela, Nicaragua, Colombia, Panama, everywhere, Guyana, Suriname, everywhere, Chile, Bolivia, and you know, when you're there, you know, you learn what poverty is, you know, and you know why they're coming here. You know, it's not people, why they're coming here? Well, I'll tell you why they're coming here, because it's horrible in their countries, you know. The government, you know, the things that's going on, the drugs, the gangs, the things there, it's real. It's not just what you see on TV, it's real. It's bad, it's getting worse by the day. There's nothing for them there but, you know, death. Basically, you know,
And the struggles they come to get here had it.
it's unbelievable. I mean, you know, a lot of them, they have to pay the coyotes and they have to pay the people to get them across the border, and a lot of times, men, women, child, or beast, to get across that river,
Yeah.
you're going to carry this on your shoulder, or you're not going to get across. And what they're carrying on their shoulder is basically, most of the time, drugs or horribly younger children, and that's what they're bringing here, which is pretty horrible. And
Yeah.
for some of the reasons they're being brought here is not good reasons.
And do you feel like Latinos in our community, like, can we help them more? And how can we help them more?
Certainly.
How?
I think just by having some, I guess, more you know what? One thing that I see a need for is, of course, housing.
Yeah.
That's important. But we also have our people here from our country that need housing. You know,
But in this community,
jobs.
like,
Oh, in our community
Yeah.
here, there should be. I think there should be some type of housing. Some of the contractors that I know, we actually have little places that we keep, you know, the guys in. Don't keep. It's horrible to sound like that, but no,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I mean, we have places for them to rent. You know, or they can work. You know, they get their wages and a place to stay. And I mean, we're very fair. I
yeah.
don't really know of any of them that aren't fair. Feel maybe a little cheaper, or you know, try to act
Is there
that
anything
way.
else that like you feel the community can help them with?
Education, schooling.
Don't they have
it's
translators in the
important.
schools though?
I'm not exactly sure. You know, that part I wouldn't know. I don't deal very often with the feminine side of that world. You know,
Yeah.
basically it's the workers, it's the guys. You know, they come
Yeah.
down. Occasionally, you know, they'll have their wife or somebody with them, but they're either, you know, at the house or the trailer or somewhere, living somewhere. You know, and they're a lot of them are employed also. You know, and they're employed in cleaning houses, doing domestic work for people, things like that. And you know, I mean, they're just here to better their lives. You know, just like my dad came. You know, my dad did it a little different. You know, but they're basically here to make their life better and better for their children. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd say the most part they're here to live the American dream.